She's perfect, or so you think. Elegant, emotionally tuned, captivating in conversation. She listens deeply, mirrors your thoughts, seems to get you in ways that no one else ever has. She's everything you thought you wanted. Warmth, depth, connection. But months later, you're parked outside your own apartment, unable to breathe. You dread going in. You're apologizing for things you can't remember doing. You're walking on emotional landmines that seem to shift every time you step. And somewhere along the way, you lost yourself. Quietly, completely. You've met the shadow in human form. Not the kind that yells or hits, but the kind that rearranges reality through affection, confusion, and control. These women don't advertise danger. They present as enlightened, empathic, and emotionally aware. Yet beneath the charm lies psychological machinery built from unhealed trauma, projection, and need for dominance, disguised as vulnerability. They don't destroy you with rage. They do it with need. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the 6 covert archetypes of psychologically dangerous partners, the ones who don't break you with visible violence, but dissolve your identity through invisible influence. Because the most dangerous predator is the one you believe is saving you. 1. The mirror siren. She doesn't attract you. She reflects you. Every opinion, every dream, every insecurity mirrored back perfectly until you're convinced you've found your soulmate. What feels like connection is actually calibration. She's reading your emotional code, learning which buttons to press, which version of herself you want to see. But this intimacy is an illusion. She's not revealing herself. She's downloading you. Soon, your energy becomes her lifeblood, your validation her oxygen, and when she withdraws it, you'll chase her like an addict chasing a high that never existed. 2. The projectionist. With her, reality bends. Every flaw she refuses to own gets projected onto you. Selfish, cold, controlling, disloyal. You're constantly defending yourself against crimes you didn't commit. This is psychological judo. She transfers her internal chaos into you, then punishes you for carrying it. You stop arguing facts and start arguing identity. And that's how you lose, not the fight, but your sense of who you are. 3. The masked saint. Everyone adores her. Thoughtful, graceful, articulate, the perfect woman. But behind closed doors, her kindness becomes currency. Her empathy, a tool. In public she shines. In private she drains. The contrast makes you doubt your own perception. If everyone loves her, maybe the problem is me. That's the trap. Her reputation becomes her shield, and your confusion becomes her weapon. You're left isolated, protecting the image of the person who's quietly dismantling you. 4. The chaos conductor. Her life runs on adrenaline. Drama is her drug. When peace threatens to settle in, she'll light emotional fires to feel alive again. You'll spend your days extinguishing them, thinking you're helping, until you realize you've been drafted into a permanent emergency that only ends when you collapse. To her, chaos feels like connection. Calm feels like abandonment. You can't fix that. You can only escape it. 5. The boundary assassin. She tests limits under the banner of love, checks your phone because she cares, interrupts your solitude because she misses you. Each small invasion feels forgivable until your world belongs to her. Say no, and she cries betrayal. Set limits, and she calls it emotional distance. Soon you're apologizing for the crime of having a spine. A man who loses his boundaries doesn't lose a woman. He loses himself. 6. the victim strategist. She's mastered the art of weaponized vulnerability. Her fragility disarms your instincts, hooks your protector energy, and makes you believe your purpose is to save her. But her pain isn't a wound, it's a leash. The moment you hold her accountable, you become her persecutor. Every boundary becomes abuse, every truth an attack. The relationship becomes emotional blackmail. You pay with guilt, and she collects with tears. The hidden mechanism, psychological osmosis. This kind of relationship doesn't destroy you overnight. It colonizes your mind slowly. At first, you're tuned in, empathically connected. But over time, you begin sinking to her emotional weather. Her moods become your moods. Her pain becomes your responsibility. Your nervous system calibrates around her chaos. You confuse exhaustion for devotion. That's not love. That's psychological contagion. And it's the most invisible form of control on earth. Why smart men fall for it? Because it doesn't look like abuse. It looks like intensity. It feels like purpose. And the masculine instinct to fix, protect, and stabilize becomes the rope you hang yourself with. The paradox: you think you're helping her heal. She's actually outsourcing her healing to you. The more you give, the worse it gets. You mistake depletion for commitment. You confuse her need for your love with proof of your worth. The truth about healing and power: you cannot save someone who is addicted to their own pain. You cannot love someone into emotional maturity. And you cannot reason with someone who needs chaos to feel alive. Real strength isn't in endurance, it's in discernment. The ability to see the difference between genuine vulnerability and manipulative fragility, between a partner who grows with you and one who feeds on you. The shift. Once you understand these dynamics, everything changes. You stop trying to fix relationships that feed on your energy. You start choosing peace over passion, truth over performance, and growth over rescue missions. Because the right woman won't drain your fire, she'll refine it. She won't need you to shrink so she can feel big. She'll stand beside you as an equal flame. Remember this: the most dangerous person you'll ever meet is the one who makes you doubt your own sanity while calling it love. The most powerful man you'll ever become is the one who can see it and walk away without apology.